Hi, I'm Mrs McTaggart. In this video we're going to be expanding double brackets, National 5 level algebra, but we're going to be using the box method. Now there's more than one method for doing these, so if it's not the box method you've been shown, don't watch this video. I do have another one using the foil or claw method, as you might want to call it. So only keep watching if you're interested in the box method. Now the box method is a method of doing this that we sometimes use with classes that are struggling with the algebra bit and the tidying up in particular. Now what we do to make a box is we start by drawing two lines. Okay, now what we're essentially creating here is a little times table. Now on the outside of these two lines we're going to put the two brackets on either side. Now I always just put the first bracket down the way, so I put an x and a +1 down the way, and the second bracket is an x plus 3 along the top. Now it doesn't matter if you do it the other way around, it will still give you the exact same answer. And what we can do is, if you want to, you can put a big box around all this and we can divide it up like this. So I'm sorry that I don't have the best straight lines, so I've created these boxes. I won't do the boxes from all my other examples, I literally do it by using two lines. Now what we are doing here is, for this we're doing a times table. Okay, now you should have all seen a times table grid before, where you come along and down and where they meet up is where the answer is. We're doing the same thing here. So for this first box, we're going to do x times x, which is x squared. So this goes where the x and the x meet. So in this box here, I would write x squared. Okay, so that gives me x squared. For the next box along, I'm going to do 3 times x, which is 3x. So in here goes 3x. Now I'm going to move down. For the first box, I'm going to do x times 1, which is just 1x. You can put the 1 if you want just now, it's not the end of the world. And then for the end box, we're doing 3 times 1, which is just 3. So you've got a 3 in there. And then what happens is, you'll notice you've got two terms here with an x in it. They're going to then be gathered together and tidied up. So your answer looks a bit like this. We start with the highest power of x. So we start with the x squared. We gather up the x's. Now that's just positive 3 and positive 1. So that gives us positive 4x. And then I put my plus 3. And that is our answer. That is us expanded the first set of brackets. And what you're looking to get is an x squared, an x, and a number. And we like it in that order. Let's look at another one. It's going to get slightly trickier because there's going to be some negatives coming into things now. So on the next one, we're going to just draw two lines. I'm going to put my first bracket down the way, so y minus 2, and my second bracket along the top, so y plus 4. And we've just spread it out a wee bit. Now my first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do y times y, so that gives me y squared. For my next term along, I'm going to do y times 4, so that gives me 4y. I'm going to come down to the bottom now and I'm going to do y times negative 2. So negative 2 times y will make that a negative 2y here. And then for the end bit, I'm doing 4 times minus 2, which gives me negative 8 because negative wins. So I get negative 8. And then remember, the y's will tidy up together. So my final answer is y squared. I've got a 4y take away 2y is 2y. And then I've got to take away 8. So there's my answer there. Okay, so that's it. Okay, and what I like about this method is when there's negatives involved, I definitely think it makes it a wee bit easier for the laying out and deciding your signs and things. Now I'm going to skip my example 3 because it's very long, so I'm jumping to example 4 and I apologise for that. But I really don't think you needed to see example 3. Okay, on this one we're going to do the same again. This one I'm just showing you because it's got a wee bit more negatives. I'm going to put my first bracket down the bottom, m minus 2, and my second bracket along the top, m minus 4. And remember, it doesn't matter which way around you put these, okay? Right, top left of my box will be m times m, which is m squared. Top right will be negative 4 times m, so negative 4m. Bottom left will be m times negative 2, so negative 2m. And then bottom right is minus 4 times minus 2, double negative there, turning that into positive 8. And then these are the two things that tidy up, the m's. So my final answer, m squared. Be careful, negative 4, negative 2, that is not an example of a double negative. That just means we're at -4 and we have to come down another 2, which takes us to -6m. And then the +8 for our answer. Okay. Right, I'm going to do another one here just with slightly bigger numbers, okay? So there's numbers in front of the y's, don't let it put you off. It just means you've got a wee bit more multiplying to do. So I'll draw my table. I'll put my 3y and my -6 down the bottom, and I'll put, down the side, and I'll put 4y plus 3 along the top. So top left of my table, 4 times 3 is 12, y times y is y squared. Top right, 3 times 3 is 9, and there's a y there, so 9y. It's positive, so I might want to put a wee positive in there. Right, bottom left of the table, 4 times -6 is -24, and there is a y there as well. And then the last one, I have got a -6 times a +3, so the minus wins there, and 3 times 6 is 18, so -18. These are my 2 tidy up terms. So for an answer, I have got 12y squared. Be careful, 9 take away 24 is a bit tricky. It's actually the same as 24 take away 9, but because 24 is bigger, we know we're going into a negative. So we've got -15y and -18. Okay. Here's just another one. Now, the only difference this one is kind of in a different layout. Don't be put off if your m's aren't always at the start of the brackets. Sometimes they're not. We're going to do the same method. We're going to draw out a table. I'm going to put my first bracket down the way and my second bracket along the way. Okay, top left is coming from 3 times 5, so 15. Top right is coming from 5 times -5, minus wins, so -25, and there's an m there as well, so -25m. Bottom left comes from 3 times -2, minus wins again there, so -6m. And the last one, here's a double negative. You've got a -2 times a -5, so that's +10. You've got m times m, which is m squared. So the layout of the table is just ever so slightly different, but when we do our tidy up, we put the squared thing first. I've not highlighted the ones that tidy, so there's my ones that are going to tidy. I'm going to put the 10m squared first. Then I'm going to do my m's, so -6 minus 25 is -31m. And then I've got a +50. So my final answer I've just put into the correct order of m squared, m, and a number. Now, one last example to sometimes throw pupils when you've got that. And you might think, oh, what am I doing? I don't have double brackets. But if we ask you to square the number 5 in maths, so you all tell me, oh, that's 5 times 5. So if I ask you to square a bracket, well, that's really just 2m plus 7 times 2m plus 7. It's called a repeated bracket. You're timesing it by itself. So when I draw my table out, both sides have got 2m plus 7. Okay, so let's do this. Top left, 2 times 2 is 4, m times m is m squared. Top right, 2 times 7 is 14, but I'm also timesing by m. Bottom left, 2 times 7 is 14, and I'm also timesing by m. So because it's a repeated bracket, you should get repeated terms in here. And then for the last bit, we've got normal 7 times normal 7, which is 49. So when I tidy this one up, I've got a repeated positive 14m, which gives me 4m squared plus 28m plus 49, and I can just fit that in and no more. Okay, so I hope that has helped. It's definitely not a method for everybody, but if you like it, it does help, and it is a consistent method, and I think a lot of schools are going to this method now just to try and make things as simple as possible for candidates. I hope this has helped. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.